and welcome back to another Talking To video. In today's one, we're at the TMNT, the Archie Adventures, issue number 60. And this one, I thought it was going to be a different storyline. Turns out we're still dealing with Mikey being blind. And now we've got the Future Turtles, Splinter, Ninjara, Raphael, Candy. They're being locked up by Area 51. And they're trying to break out. They encounter an alien. And then in the end, they all just go their own separate ways. It's a issue I was not expecting, and it's one which I do definitely feel like it can be very confusing in terms of like trying to find out who is like which turtle, just because for most of it they're naked for some reason, and because they all have the same skin color as well. It's very hard to try and figure out which turtle is which, despite them saying like sometimes they might say the names, but most of the time you don't actually find out who they really are. So it's really confusing because sometimes I don't know if it's Raphael or if it's Donnie, but well, we're here now, so yeah. Okay, yeah, so for the first bit, there isn't really too much to this bit other than just setting up the story for the main bit. And we do get to see Leo, Mikey, and Don. They're out with April, Yuki, and some other people, which I still don't know who they really are. Kid Terrier or something along those kind of lines, and some other people. I got a feeling that they were from like another issue of Turtles, or were they from like another series from this universe that I haven't read yet. Either way, they're there, and they're all like searching the internet, like looking around online, all that kind of stuff, trying to figure out if there's any sort of clues as to where like Raph, Future Raph, Don, Splinter, and Ninjara are, because last time I saw them, they're going off to fight Ligna, and yeah, so there isn't really too much to it other than just that bit there. But then to cut over to the spaceship where you get to see Slash holding back Migna and a swarm and going into the sun, which, did we really need to see Slash dying again? I mean, really, like once was enough, painful enough, but yet here we are watching him die again, which is just why? It's so sad. But yeah, oh well, but yeah, then after that, we did get, like, see the Turtles and Splinter. They go down back to Earth. However, this results in Turtles getting captured by, like, the Area 51. Now, I feel like had this been, like, written after, like, the 2003 show, then, like, they most likely would have tried to, like, redo this bit so that we would have had Bishop in it. But, other than that, I don't have too much to this bit here, just because for the most part, it is quite confusing as to find out who's who, just because like I already said before, because in this issue, for some reason, the Turtles are naked, like, they have, like, bits where like, get to see Future Don and Raph, they're there, doing this stuff, which I don't know who's who. It's just so confusing as to, like, try and figure out, like, who's actually who, but either way, we do get to see a version of Raph. I believe it's our Raph. He causes a prison break, or like, try and make like a riot or something along those kind of lines, which, yeah, that's Raph. I would not expect anything less from him. And we did get to see Don. He comes in contact with an alien when he's trying to escape, and he does somehow manage to get the door open because he somehow keeps a door lock or door like pick lock in his shell for some unknown reason. Where he shoves it, I have no idea, and I don't want to find out because that seems a little bit too disturbing for my imagination, but just why? But yeah, so after that, we do get to see them all captured again, and we do get to see the alien. He actually helps the Turtles escape, and then it gets a little bit weirder because you do get to see them like trying to escape through the front door. However, the army's there and saying that, oh yeah, how about drop your weapons, go inside, and we can all figure it out. However, we get to see Leo, Don, Mikey, April, those other random humans that will show up and be like, come on, let the Turtles go, they're coming with us. And the army's like, surprisingly, they're like, don't try to fight them, or anything along those kind of lines, but actually try to reason with them, which, yeah, that's not like them whatsoever. And we do get to see them saying that, you can have all your turtles, however, you give us the alien, and it'll be done. And we do get to see Huge Donnie is like, no, okay, we're gonna take the future, like the alien. However, the alien's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna stay with humans. And from what I can remember, we don't ever get to see the alien ever again, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but he's not there, so great. And yeah, so we do get to see a little bit also like another interesting bit at the end. We do get to see future Raph tells Donnie that, you know, even if you did like, you know, take the alien out, they would like change history and all that kind of stuff. And Donnie's like, yeah, it might have. However, I'm gonna go back and still do it anyway. Which, from what I can remember, they don't do it anyway, so don't ever get to see it. Which is yeah, great. But yeah, I'll just say that like that bit there, I did find it quite interesting that seeing Raph being one to actually be reasonable with like timelines and time travel and all that kind of stuff, and Donnie being in his way. It's very interesting, and I feel like this would have been a lot more interesting had they actually follow up on this and actually see future Donnie actually try to rescue the alien. But I guess for some other reason they didn't try to do it, or they had plans to do it, or something along those kind of lines. But oh well. But yeah, so I'll just say that overall for this issue, it's not a bad one. I feel like this issue does a really great job of just wrapping things up for this whole story arc. I mean, I know that it's been like quite a few issues, and they try to do a few different story elements with it. It's been interesting. I'd say that the more I think about the story arc, the more that I do actually quite enjoy this one quite a bit for how different it was and how much it's done in this story arc. It's refreshing, I have to say. But I have to say that also at the same time, with how they've done things in this issue, where we've got to see like, a lot of flashbacks to stuff which we've seen, I mean, time not well spent, I'd say, for that bit. But even with like the stuff in the army base, I feel like it would have been a lot more interesting to like, actually expand upon some of this stuff had it actually gone over like a few more like issues or something along those kind of lines. Because I feel like with like half an issue, and we've got to see all this happen. It's cool, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff that like they could have done, and I definitely do feel that way because there's a lot of stuff like they should have done really, but it just feels like so rushed, which is annoying because it has potential to like tell some really interesting stories. But I think like the only like downside to this issue is just the fact that in the army base it is quite hard to tell between like Raph and Don because of like, you know, we've got to tell Snake and it's very hard to tell like, between like the skin colors and all that kind of stuff because it's actually just saying skin color. It's like annoying because I want to like tell who's who and actually enjoy the story, but most of the time I'm wondering like who's actually who, which is yeah. I'm so glad the totals have actually gone off and actually got different like color shades, their colors to like the actual skin and all that kind of stuff. It's quite nice to know that you can actually tell him a bit more than just, oh, he has the red bandana. So at least we are progressing a little bit more in that front. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this issue. Do you like it? Do you not? And yeah, that's game for today, guys. Please subscribe and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.